So Nova, how are you enjoying the ladder? You've been playing against a lot of Deck of Lunacy mages, haven't you? Oh, you seem kind of down. Oh, you seem really down. And she won't even move. Guys, this Deck of Lunacy has actually killed my cat. I think it's time for a change.
Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, and welcome to This Week in Hearthstone, week number 33, or 33rd edition of our weekly news recap series where we take a look at all the news and events in the past week in the Hearthstone world. And well, we've had a lot of stuff going on with the expansion launch, and we'll get into that. But as the title says, the main headline says, nerfs are coming. Again, it's not confirmed, but it's when they're talking like this, they're coming, and we'll go into details and speculate on what the nerfs could be, as well as there's a big update that should be going up later today. We'll take a look at the details on that, give you a breakdown of the standard and wild meta update. I'm sure you guys will be loving that. There's so much different stuff to talk about. And then we'll also have the mailbag segment where I answer your questions. And before we get in the top story, I just want to thank everybody. As of recording this video, we're almost at 24,000 subscribers. We might be there as soon as this goes live. I don't know. We're really close. I just want to thank all of you and announce that at 25,000 subs, I will finally unveil the Zeddy documentary series that I want to get going. I said I was going to do it last month, and I thought, you know what, we'll celebrate 25K with it. So if you haven't hit that sub button yet, please do. When we get to 25K, we'll unveil the Zeddy documentary series, and it should be pretty sweet. Anyways, let's get going into the top story, which is nerfs are coming. And I mean, we've shown this graphic a lot lately. Mage and Paladin are running rampant on ladder. They're out of control, especially Mage with Deck of Lunacy. Mage is like driving everyone crazy. But if you look at it, Paladin's actually outperforming it by quite a bit. So I do think, based on the comments Igzar made, and this is why I'm saying there's nerfs coming, Igzar has said that Paladin and Mage basically seem a little bit too good, and they don't really want Deck of Lunacy to be a tier 1 meta-defining card. They don't think that style is, you know, healthy for the game. It's seen by the rampant, crazy Mage games and, you know, Nova being really depressed. And yeah, I think we will see changes. I think they'll be announced possibly today. They said they're going to meet about it internally this week, so maybe it'll be a day or two, but I think it'll be announced within a day or two, and will go live potentially by the end of the week. I think it could be like Thursday, Friday, that it could go live, and not even next week, because I think it's embarrassing for them to see this meta game of this complete clown fiesta dominating. So I could see it happening later this week. And what will get nerfed? My opinion, Deck of Lunacy 100% will get nerfed. Absolutely. And I've been asked, what would you do to fix it? What would you do to change it? I would simply make it 4 mana. I wouldn't change like the spell discounts, anything like that, because you can build around and manipulate that. If you leave it at 2 mana and it's like spells that cost 2 more, well, you can build your deck a little bit more around it to manipulate good spells. I think you make it 4 mana do nothing is just suicide, and you leave it at that. There's an argument to nerf Refreshing Springwater, how it's a card I predicted will get nerfed, but I don't think they'll do that quite yet. I think they want to see how that card plays out in like a spell Mage without the whole high roll of Deck of Lunacy, because Spell Mage is a really cool deck. It's a fun archetype, and if it's built around more honest and not just pure random crap, I think Springwater's fine. It's kind of problematic in Wild, but again, they don't care about Wild, so that's not going to be a thing. But I think just Deck of Lunacy for Mage will get nerfed and nothing else for Mage. And I also think they will nerf Paladin. Paladin, the win rates are too high. Sword of the Fallen itself, Sword of the Fallen outperforms Deck of Lunacy pretty much by itself, and it's a rare, so you're twice as likely to draw it. As a result, I think Sword of the Fallen will be tweaked. I think it'll go down to 2 durability. I don't think they want to make it 3 mana because it's probably too slow. I think they just notch durability off of it, and maybe they hit one of the 1-drops. I don't know. The early game in Paladin is so ridiculous that, you know, you hit Sword of the Fallen, it still might be too oppressive, but I don't see drastic changes yet. I see a change to Deck of Lunacy, Sword of the Fallen, and then maybe like a month down the road, we might see changes to cards like Penflinger or Ticketus if it's really upsetting the community, things along that line. I don't think we're getting a major balance patch. I think we're going to get a minor one in this regard, where Mage and Paladin are adjusted, and then they'll see how things play out and, you know, let the expansion cards maybe actually get a chance to shine. Next, we have the server update happening later today, patch 20.01. It's mostly about bugs. We all know how buggy and ridiculous Hearthstone has been since the expansion launch, but I'll browse through here. You can take a quick look at like what they're fixing, also link it below. But yeah, this will go live. People got really excited. The first line they read was removed pin flinger. I was like, oh yes, but from designer buckets and duels. But if it's not healthy for duels, how is it healthy for ladder, right? And there's some duels changes, there's some visual bugs, but they should be fixing the shaman hero power, which is good. Sparkjoy cheat, it's been bugged. That's going to be fixed. It's only going to cast one secret, not multiple secrets. Grave Rune should work properly, and I believe Mancrick's wife will have a mana cost or whatever. You'll actually be able to play it from in hand. I guess if you secret passage it now, that doesn't currently work. And yeah, it's a bunch of minor bug fixes. Again, I'll link it below, but nothing that's like, you know, it's not going to be a balance patch. I don't believe we're going to get that right away. So if you see a patch uploaded today, don't get too excited. It's mostly just bugs and other issues. Next, we have the meta update for both standard and wild. Standard, we all know, Paladin, Mage, it's ridiculous, but I'll highlight here a priest deck. I know, I'm not biased. I'll highlight a priest deck. I love priest, right? That I've seen. It's like a Cthulhu. It's like a Cthulhu control archetype. It has a lot of healing and can outlast the mages, and to an extent, and can do well across the board. And I've seen people like top 100 legend with it. It's a decent counter to these decks, but again, nothing really counters Deck of Lunacy, so be aware of that. But there's some pretty cool cards in here, especially Zarella. Zarella is really insane and definitely one of the best cards of the set. And in wild, it's all about the whole like call to arms paladin has been just dominating the meta. You still have secret mage, but there's another mage deck that I'm going to highlight here. A Flamewaker OTK mage, basically built around the refreshing spring water and all of that, and you just kill your opponent, turns 4 and 5 after like discounting your hand and going off with Flamewaker and Girl. It's pretty degenerate, it's pretty insane. But yeah, it's I've seen rank 1 legends and really high finishes. There's also the Mizaki mage, but I'm not in the Flamewaker one here as it's done pretty well. And lastly, we have the mailbag segment where I answer your questions. Again, if you want to ask me a question, leave a comment in the comments below with mailbag in the comment. And Adam asks, what surprised you the most from the first week of the new rotation? For me, it's how bad Warrior's been performing. Like, they got a lot of good stuff in the expansion, but losing Risky Skipper, losing like Bloodsworn Mercenary, losing so many of these good cards that just really hurt the class. And I feel like there's like this secret deck out there. Someone's gonna figure it out and make Warrior good. And it might also help if, you know, when Mage and Paladin get nerfed, as, you know, most of us expect it to happen. But right now, yeah, Warrior is just struggling, has definitely been the biggest surprise to me. Dodgeka Ballant asks, how many Hearthstone Twitch streamers are you following? Probably be easier to ask me which ones I'm not following. There's just too many. There's too many to list off. There's just such an incredible community on Twitch of Hearthstone streamers. You look at that directory, there's hundreds and hundreds of people on. I'd feel really bad to leave anyone out, but I don't know. I'll shout out just one random person out of the blue. I'm gonna go with Gross Giles. I'll give him a shout out. He just recently started streaming on Twitch. You might know his YouTube. It's really hilarious stuff, and he just got affiliate. He just got affiliate on Twitch, so we'll give Gross Giles a shout out. I'll link his Twitch below, but there's so many awesome people. I can't possibly list them all. Clark Hellscream asks, without mailbag in the comment, you're breaking the rules, but I like you, Clark, so I'll answer your question. What would be your we made it moment for your YouTube and Twitch channel? So for Twitch, it was like when TwitchCon happened, like a couple years ago, back when there was a TwitchCon, and like a bunch of Hearthstone streamers left, and all of a sudden I went from 30 viewers a night to 100 a night, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, I might get partner. And the we made it moment for that was when all the Hearthstone streamers came back. My average never went down, and it hasn't gone down since, and that was a really cool moment. And on YouTube, I guess it's the Battle Pass video really took off. That was a big moment where we like literally changed the landscape of Hearthstone in terms of like on YouTube and content creation. Like everything changed after that. it was ridiculous. So I gotta go with the battle pass thing. But even then, before that, I had a couple of like tier list videos do really well, like 40, 50,000 views. People really like the tier list stuff. I kind of ran out of tier list ideas for now, so I haven't been doing them quite as much, but maybe we'll come back to that at some point. But yeah, those are kind of the big made it moments. Luke Bennett asks, after the wild tournament, have you thought of maybe doing a classic tournament sometime in the near future? Would be amazing. So yes, the wild tournament looks like we're going to be doing probably at the end of the month. We're looking like at the last weekend of the month, but again, nothing official on that. I'd love to do another tournament. I'll have to see how it goes. Classic could definitely be a thing. Maybe a Nosdormo tournament, I don't know, or just a standard tournament, but we're going to see how the first one goes. But I'm definitely open to ideas on other tournaments if it's a success and is something you guys would like in the future. And Guardian06 asks, what would you do if you found Nova played Priest for fun? Well, do you look into those eyes? Look into those eyes. Are those the eyes of a cat that would play Priest? Would they? Okay, she said she would play Priest. Yeah, she wants to play Priest. She can do whatever she wants. She's a sweetheart. She keeps me company. And I mean, some of the streamers I watch, like Theo and Zeddy, they play Priest all the time. So you know what? I'd be okay with it. But what do you think? Do you want to play some Priest, Nova? She's being shy. Anyways, that's this week in Hearthstone. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.